Hello and welcome to this PSA from the Daily Dive. I'm your host, Michael Carvelis. We want to apologize quickly to our viewers for today's technical difficulties. Apparently, a tree branch fell on a power line and the show barely even started, despite having scheduled the guests of Adam Levy and Hutton Jackson. Now, thankfully, Adam Levy will be back on Monday's show. Well, let's get into some of the things we might have missed. Obviously, this is not the daily show, but just a quick announcement here on the betting lines for the weekend, as well as what to expect since you didn't get to see anything about today's games. So, the Philadelphia Wings will play the Halifax Thunderbirds at 6:30 Eastern, or in about 2 hours. Thunderbirds are favored by 2.5, and they are minus 250 on the money line. Now, I personally love the Thunderbirds, as does producer Joe, and I believe the Thunderbirds will win by more than 2.5. In fact, if I had a bet for this game, it would only be the money line, though. Even though I do think Thunderbirds will pull away late, I could see the Wings keeping this one close and chippy, if you will. At 7:30, the Georgia Swarm will take on the Buffalo Bandits in Buffalo, and I cannot wait for that game. I do believe this game will be close for a little bit. I think Brett Dobson does that enough in this game for that to happen. For me, I would like the under 23.5. I think Bandits do get the win if you want to put the money line as well in a separate bet. But for me, my best bet for this game is under 23.5. I think Bandits win something like 12-9 or 12-10. The Rochester Nighthawks take their 3-0 record into San Diego and take on the Seals in Chris Riglieri. The Seals are favored by 1.5, and their money line is at minus 175. I think Rochester wins by a goal, but I do not think the plus 1.5 is good enough for me. I think Seals win by a goal. Both me and myself and producer Joe think the Seals get the win there. But I do think my best bet in this game will just be the Seals money line, minus 175. Not the greatest of value, but it's good enough. And at the point, the goal is making money, of course. New York Riptide will play the Toronto Rock in Hamilton, and I'll be honest, I don't care if the Riptide got Stephen Keogh or they got Jesus Christ. They're not going to win this game. They're not going to come close. Myself and producer Joe both like the minus 3.5 in favor of the Toronto Rock. I wouldn't touch the total of 22.5 either, because it seems like, to me, you're basically banking on the fact the Rock may not score a lot, and I just don't know if that'll be true. I still think Riptide's defense is Swiss cheese. Next up, you've got the Desert Dogs of Las Vegas and Calgary to battle the Roughnecks. I love the under 22.5 in this game. I don't think that Calgary has a good enough offense to keep this game high scoring, and I think Las Vegas doesn't have a good offense whatsoever, and I also believe that both goalies, Landon Kells and Christian Dobianko, will have a good game, and Las Vegas traveling to Calgary, not a good thing. So under for me, but Roughnecks get the win. Vancouver Warriors will take on the Colorado Mammoth. Vancouver's played 2 very good games after their Week 1 meltdown, and so I think the Warriors get a win here. Producer Joe's going with the Mammoth. I could see either or happening here. I also like the under 22.5 in this game. Like I said, for my money, I'm going with the Vancouver Warriors plus 124. And the Albany Firewolves and Saskatchewan Rush in Saskatoon. This one's interesting because the Rush are minus 120. The Firewolves are minus 110. I'm actually shocked the Firewolves are not favored despite being 3-0. And that shows me even Vegas and people in the public are not buying in just yet. Again, we will have Adam on next Monday. On January 1st to make up for today's shortcomings. And we want to once again apologize to our guests, Adam Levy and Hutton Jackson. And we want to specifically thank them for their participation so far this year. We are also very thankful to you, our viewers. You are the bread, you're the butter to this whole thing. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of the Daily Dive PSA. We'll see you Monday, same time, kind of the same place. 1:00 p.m. Eastern, 12 on Sports. Thanks so much for tuning in. See you guys next time.